right, we're back with episode 2 of the Raw Experience. As you already know, I'm DT Roth, and I'm here with my beautiful wife,
Stephanie Roth.
Oh, yeah. And today we're going to be going over relationships. Now, with relationships, we get a lot of questions within our Instagrams of, how do you put up with me? No, we get a lot of stuff that pertains to relationships due to the fact that we're very open. And I think a lot of people want to know how we got started in a sense. And then we do have a lot of questions that people have asked us about our relationship.
Yep.
So
you want me to start it off?
In regards to the beginning, yeah, you can start it off and tell people how this all started.
Okay. Well, it all began at the Olympia.
It was one night.
So we were
summer of 1993. It was sorry.
So the Olympia, 2018? 18. I can't even remember anymore. 2018 is when we met. So we were both at the Olympia. You worked for BPI Sports and I was an athlete for BPI Sports, and we met at the booth. And I had just come out of a very bad relationship. So I was like not interested in guys whatsoever, but I was very intrigued by you, very interested. He was a beautiful man, massive man.
I was a lot smaller back then.
I know. But yeah, I was super interested. You know, we hit it off in the sense of, you know, hanging out with all the athletes, went to all-inclusive buffet thing.
Stomach was
Your stomach was on the fritz.
Yeah.
No, we just had a great time. And I was super interested, but like, you mentioned you had like a ex-wife or something. I don't know. And I was like, you know what? I'm not interested, whatever. Yeah. So then a couple months go by, and guess who slides in my DMs? You.
Right.
Asking if I wanted some protein.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, of course. Give me free shit.
Right.
But then we started talking, and eventually, you know, I don't know how much detail you want to get into of, you know, you technically had a girlfriend at the time when we met.
Yeah. So back in Vegas when I met you, I had a girlfriend. I wanted nothing to do with you because I had a girlfriend, and that's how I am. So I think with that, I kind of just brushed off, and is what it is, right? So when I DM'd you about that protein, the reason why I think I DM'd you is because
you were interested in me.
I was, but also there was there's a lot of stuff going on in my relationship that just there wasn't a lot of fulfillment, right? So great person. My ex was awesome person. Helped me out with a lot of communication things and so forth and so forth. But I don't think that's where I needed to be or where I wanted to be, right? So when I contacted you, I was just kind of like, I wouldn't say looking for a friend, but I was just trying to open that door in a sense, maybe indirectly. And then
you wanted to come hang out with me immediately, and I was like, no.
Yeah. Well, I broke up with I did break up with my ex-girlfriend first. And
I still didn't want anybody because I was like, I don't trust guys. You know, again, very bad relationship that I was in previously, like just ended 4 or 5 months prior to that. Yeah. So I was like, nah, but I just couldn't resist. And we ended up hanging out.
So we hung out. I came up to Orlando. Mm-hmm. We hung out. Interesting weekend. Right. But then we hit it off. Right. I don't know how much detail you want to go into between that because I don't know if it really matters, but
yeah, I mean, we don't need to go over everything, but yeah, I mean, basically from my perspective, like we were inseparable since day one.
Correct.
You know, like you were like my best friend from day one. You know, we were crazy. Mm-hmm. Like that first weekend, just doing stupid shit, having fun together. I don't think I've ever laughed so much in my entire life. And still to this day, thankfully, it's the same exact way.
Well, I think when you get into a relationship, right? So there's a honeymoon phase that everyone goes through. Mm-hmm. And I think there is a part where at a certain point with certain things, it does veer off and it ends the honeymoon phase, right? I think with the relationships, you have to look at it as a few things. As maybe I think, you know, you have a partner. I don't want to say partner; it sounds stupid, but a partner, right? That you love and you want to share a certain life with, and then you have a friend, and then we have much more. We have training, training partners. We're best friends. We hang out. We don't have a lot of friends that we hang out with, so we're always together. And I think one of the questions is, someone asked you one time, well, do you guys still have that spark? Do you guys still have that feeling? And a lot of people, I think, lose it. And I think what happens is that over time you lose it because, number one person stays the same, another person evolves, or you both change, not in the same way.
Correct.
So I think your trajectory kind of changes. And I think when you get into a relationship, it is a partnership. It's like a business if you really want to break it down, right? If you want things to work a certain way, well, you both have to agree on the same marketing and the same, you know what I'm saying? So and things sometimes don't work. So we both been through divorces. I guess I'm just trying to get into like the nuts and bolts of like a relationship, right?
Right. Well, I feel like a lot of people miss the friendship aspect of a relationship, and a lot of people go towards a relationship for lust, or unfortunately for money, or for whatever it is that they're maybe missing within themselves. And they miss the friendship aspect of that. And I think that, you know, obviously there's all these things that we had, you know, we were attracted to each other, but like we had that friendship, even though we weren't friends before, we've had that friendship that helps, you know, I don't like to say business. I'm not going to say it as we're business partners, even though we are business partners, you know, we have that friendship that, you know, it's a team, right? It's not just you versus me. And especially, I mean, sometimes when we fight, you know, it's you versus me, but, you know, it is like that team and that friendship, and we support each other, you know, and I think a lot of people miss that, and they just go for someone who is, oh, he's got a lot of money, or, oh, he's got, you know, he's great in bed, or, you know, whatever it is.
I think, I don't know. I think I say business because it's, I mean, after a while, I mean, you start looking at it a certain way. I mean,
well, like you said, you either evolve or you don't evolve. And either people are going to change regardless. People change in their 20s, and you change in your 30s, your 40s, whatever. But like, if you're not growing together, and obviously growing individually, but growing together in the same direction, you're going to lose that spark. You're going to lose that support system if you guys aren't strong enough. Right. And, you know, we've been through a lot with each other. I feel like a lot of people look at our relationship and they're like, oh, you guys are so perfect. And I mean, we are, let's be honest, we are. But, you know, we've gone through a lot of, you know, trials and tribulations of, you know, stupid stuff. Like, unfortunately, well, I'm not going to say Xena is stupid, but I'm allergic to dogs, and you had a dog, you know, and that was a tough area that we had to overcome. And unfortunately, you know, the dog couldn't be in the house, and I really didn't think he was going to be with me after like the first weekend, because I was like, shit, my face was all swollen, dog hair everywhere. And I was like, I can't fucking sleep with a dog in the bed. But, you know, whether it's that or bodybuilding or careers, you know, we've both been through.
I mean, I'm
all over the place here, but there's.
I'm just listening to what you're saying. I mean, I think we've been through a lot. I mean, we even have a notepad that we wrote down so we can stay on track this time of things that we need to do. I mean,
Xena was on there, so Xena, check that off.
Going through a lot. I think a lot of people would say you'll know someone's true colors is when you're down and out and see if you support them. Right. So for myself, you moved down here from Orlando and you didn't have a job. Right. And I was barely making money. I think at that time. Right. Yeah, I was. And I took on everything, right? I was like, I'll pay for it. And I knew, I was like, I'm just going to keep going in debt, but it is what it is. Vice versa. I lost a job, or I quit a job. I quit another job. I don't know really what happened. I couldn't find a job for a long time. And that's when I was in prep. And you're like, dude, I got it. Like, I was applying like crazy, also trying to get ready for a show. And you literally told me, you're like, just worry about it after. Like, don't even just worry about your show. And not a lot of people would say this. People would be like, yo, you got to pull out of prep. You got to get a fucking job.
Right.
And then it happened again. And thank God we were in a certain spot with financials. But I was like, yo, let me just pay for this, and that. You know, you were paying for certain things. And thank God we have sponsors and stuff. So when you're down and out, I think you'll see true colors of people, because I feel like a lot of women nowadays
Mm-hmm.
probably would have left me if I lost a job and I wasn't supporting.
Right.
Because I do come from a past where the man has to take full responsibility when you go out to dinner, and when you just the responsibility of the financial aspect, right?
Right. It's a very traditional household of the man
Yeah.
is the breadwinner, right?
Correct.
So,
And I don't have a college education, which I'm honestly proud of. I joke around. I'm like, oh, I can't even go to school, but I'm proud of, because not to be a dick, but I know that I make more money
mm-hmm.
than probably 90% of the people that I know that have a college education.
Right. Because you've applied yourself.
Right.
And
I think with that aspect of not having it, you get scared when you can't find a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're down. So there's a lot of things I feel like built up for me in that time when you were taking care of me, you
Mm-hmm.
know, but vice versa, because in this partnership, we know that we're going to do whatever it takes
Right.
to help each other out, since it is a team. So it's.
Yeah. And I think, unfortunately, people nowadays, I don't think are willing to do that. I think people expect, not, I don't know if I should say expect so much out of their partner or somebody, their spouse, but like whatever happens, we're getting through it together. And I think that's the way that we've always thought. That's definitely how I've always thought of, just like, it doesn't fucking matter if we both lose our jobs.
Right.
That's not going to break the bond that we have,
No.
because our bond is so strong that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anything happens,
But if you really think about this, if we're talking about jobs, if you lose your job and you leave someone because of financials, is that really like a huge problem? Like, think about problems. Some people get sick.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably the biggest problem. You lose your fucking job, okay, get another one, make more money, do something else. I don't know what to tell you. When you get sick, you're gonna leave someone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where you start.
People do.
Yeah, people do. 'Cause it's a piece of shit. But or I can't take it.
But think about this. I think it's your perspective. That's what I always say about life. It's your perspective. So if you think that this is the world's ending because I lost my job and all this stuff, and unfortunately maybe you didn't prepare with your finances, or you're not in that situation, like, then it becomes very difficult. But it's all about your perspective. And are you going to work hard to get another job and figure it out? Again, and that's what I say. It's whatever happens, we're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
But we've had, career changes, both of us, that, different issues that we've gone through. Bodybuilding obviously is a huge thing that, it was, listen, I mean, I think we talked about this last podcast. You didn't even want to compete when I met you.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've been competing and we've gone out of it. Both of us been like, we're done. Kind of pulled out and just kind of needed to get a different perspective of, hey, we got to make sure we're taking care of our health. We've got to make sure we're doing this. And I think the beautiful part of it is that we've always been supportive of each other, even though we kind of like fools follow each other. We're like, oh, you're quitting? I'm quitting too.
We're like,
wait, we're going back in?
We're like
all right,
two kids. We're like, are we going over there? Oh, okay. No.
But yeah, it's like, we've always supported each other in that aspect, and we talk for hours and hours about whatever you're going through, your blood pressure, your glucose, your this, and we talk about gear and just what are we going to do, bodybuilding, all this stuff. And it's like, we've just always had that supportiveness and openness that we don't lie to each other about stuff. I mean, you want to talk about other people's relationships, like, we don't lie about, I tell you everything I do. You don't hide the fact that you're taking Tren.
No. I don't. Just for instance, we fuck around, but like, I'll say, man, look at the tits on this fucking girl. Not a lot of guys will say that, but I'll say it because
you say it to me.
Yeah, I say it to you. Yeah, I have nothing to hide. I don't fucking have anything to hide. And I think when you're really straight up with someone, people are like, oh, there's some things you just don't want to say. If I'm not going to say it to you, then I don't think I need to say it, right? That's just how I think. So there's nothing that I need to hide from you. There's nothing that I hide from you.
No.
But I don't know. We're kind of feel like we're veering off.
No. We're
staying on track.
Careers, bodybuilding, the things that we went through, getting married. Obviously that was a good thing.
Yeah. It's our second time, so we should probably figure it out. But
It was better. We saved a lot more money.
yeah,
Oh,
I didn't. You know, I didn't
spend money the
so
first time
I
we got
didn't-
married.
No, I didn't spend money. I spent $409 to get divorced. But you want to talk about something really fucked up?
What's that?
Let's talk about the wedding.
What about it?
I mean, I didn't have really any money to put towards it.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end, I got some money. And I paid for some things, but like,
yeah, I mean,
we're planning a wedding. I couldn't even.
I mean, not only did I plan it by myself, I paid it by myself. No. I mean,
That's why. All joking aside, all the money we got for our wedding. What did I tell you?
I don't remember.
I told you to keep it, you fucking idiot.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter because it's both of our money. So it doesn't matter. But anyways, yeah. So the wedding was a fucking shit show. Let's be honest. If anyone was at the wedding that's listening to this, they know because of my dad's speech, all the shit that happened before the wedding. But we're not going to get into that.
Speech. It's like a fucking resume. You know, no one said anything about, Ty, you want to hear something really fucked up? Speaking of that, I'm going to let you come in on this one since you don't know us that well.
It hit me.
No one said anything about me at our wedding in our speeches.
No, I think my sister mentioned, mentioned you just briefly.
Fucking, no, but everyone was talking about her.
Well, I mean,
my dad gave a speech like, hey, thanks guys for coming. I just want to say, all right, good. I was like, what the fuck was that? Well, no one said
in
shit.
your dad's, listen,
yeah, he was.
This doesn't happen very often for me, but in your dad's defense,
yeah,
he was very sick.
Yeah,
he was in the hospital prior to. So, but
no one really cares about me, Ty. That's what I figured out at my fucking wedding. Well, maybe because I didn't pay for anything. That's why. So.
Oh, shut up.
Just want to let you know that.
I care about you.
Thanks.
I care about you so much. I wanted to renew our fucking vows a year later. And you thought I was an idiot. I was like, hey, let's renew our vows.
In the Dominican, we were farting.
We didn't do that
for a week straight.
Yeah, the Dominican, I wouldn't suggest.
Honeymoon was a shit show. Talk about a shit show our honeymoon was.
I don't know which was more of a shit show, our honeymoon or a wedding, but
definitely, I think the honeymoon because that lasted longer.
It was a whole week of indigestion.
I told you not to book it that long.
I know. That was my fault.
Hey, let's go away for fucking 6 days. I think we'd probably be good for 3.
Yeah.
By the 4th day, we're like, how many more?
You told me no more than 4. And then when I was booking it, I was just like,
oh, sick.
Add another 2 days.
The fucking room smelled like ass. And I can't even smell.
Yeah. Well, remember that we asked them to clean it. Yeah, and they literally didn't clean it. She went by and she didn't clean it.
She was like, oh, no habla inglés.
She was like, oh, she came into the room. She was like, oh, fuck this place.
I brought a knife to Dominican Republic too. They didn't check my bag.
You're allowed to do that?
No, but I brought a tactical knife.
We couldn't bring our guns, obviously, and we wanted to make sure we were safe, so we brought a knife just in case.
I was like, man, they were fucking didn't check my bag. I was
Listen,
like,
we have a very low tolerance, and if we didn't drink, but if we would have drank, you know, people get taken advantage of in other countries when people are drunk.
I don't want to be pegged. I'm scared of that.
Let's not get
I have
into
hemorrhoids.
That. Let's not get
I don't
into
need
that
nothing
on this podcast.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So I have a lot of questions here. So our loyal followers did ask.
Like 6.
No, we got more than 6.
No, I know.
We got a lot of questions. So we're going to answer these questions, go through them one by one. All right. How do y'all go about socializing together or separately? Do you share friends? All right, so
I'm not the most grammar type of person, but
most what?
Grammar.
Oh, grammar.
Yeah. What do you say, graham cracker?
I don't know what you said. I mean, listen.
The fuck does he share friends?
That mean having the same friends. Okay, so we have some friends. We don't have a lot of friends. Right. But we also don't go out to socialize a lot. Obviously, with bodybuilding, you're in prep for half the year. We don't go out.
Answer the goddamn question.
I'm answering the question. Is we socialize together. We do everything together.
Yeah.
So usually.
Good question.
Okay. All right. Fine. Do either one of you get jealous or feel threatened? No.
What the fuck does this mean? How's that a question towards the relationship?
It's about our relationships.
Oh, it's a stupid question. Next.
All right. I'm saying no. All right. How to deal with the house being clean for only 5 minutes when you have a husband? This is a question for me.
Who said that to you?
I don't know.
It says it right there.
It's Cat LP56. We'll put it
Let
on
me
the
tell you
screen.
something about Cat LP65347. I fucking pay these cleaning ladies. All right. So when they come in to clean my fucking house, I'm allowed to mess it up 5 minutes later.
Yeah. So it is difficult.
First of all, our house is fucking clean as shit.
House is not clean. As soon as I put the pillows together, you throw them all over the place.
I got to get comfortable.
In the dishes.
Second of all,
in the laundry.
The house is clean.
I know it is. It is very
Those cleaning ladies come in, they're like, you guys are idiots for having us come clean your house.
Yeah, they do say that, but
like, you know,
either way. Either way. All right. Pros and cons about being with a bodybuilder. All right. So give me a pro about being with a pro bodybuilder. You.
Okay. One of the pros is that you're always doing the same things that I'm doing, whether that's eating, training. The gym is a priority. Mm-hmm. So that's a real big pro for me. I would say that's a pro.
And then what's the big con?
The con?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there is a con due to the fact that our lifestyles link up.
Okay. Interesting.
That's me.
All right.
Which I know is totally fucking.
All right. I mean, pros, I would agree. Pro for me is that you take care of yourself and we have the same interests. Yeah, you know, we're doing the same thing.
And I guess your con?
Oh, you know the con. What's the con?
I'm always hot.
No, that's actually a good thing because I'm always cold.
Okay. What's the con?
The con is your attitude when you're on certain things. Are you shocked? Yeah. All right. Next question.
Big question.
Favorite thing about each other?
What's
your favorite thing about me?
The favorite thing.
God.
That's a hard question.
One.
I'm gonna say that you laugh at everything I do. That's just my favorite thing.
Okay.
You laugh at my stupidity.
You're very stupid.
Yeah.
For sure. Honestly, I was gonna say how funny you are.
Right.
So, yeah. That's my favorite thing. And your belly button's my second favorite thing.
It's weird.
Because you hate it. Okay. DT and DG Donut are hanging off a cliff. Which one do you save?
Come on, bro.
I mean, come on. This is Amanda. Bitch.
Fucking retard.
I'm going to save you. Biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve. You chewing gum.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't chew that gum that often.
I know, but when you do it, you just fucking piss me off. I absolutely hate you when you do it.
Okay. Anything else?
Or pluck my ear hair.
You have me do that. You want me to do that.
Just fucking make me mad with that, too.
Okay.
Just the way you do it.
All right.
I really don't want to know your biggest pet peeve. You got to pick one.
Pick one?
Yeah.
It's a challenge. That's a challenge. It's a toss-up.
I'm going dishes.
It's a toss-up. I was either going to say that you don't literally put a dirty dish in after I clean all the dishes, and then you just fucking put it in there without any water, and you just walk away. Or
no, you gotta pick one. You don't need to tell everyone your fucking goddamn thing.
I want to say another one. So okay, well, there's going to be probably another question that I'll get to say it. Okay. Next question. Skipping that one. That one's stupid. What's your favorite memory together before marriage and during?
Oh, wow. That's like
I'll go because I think we've had so many. I mean, my eyes are even watering today because we're laughing a lot. But I mean, one of my favorite memories of us before we got married.
I was just, go ahead.
What? One of my favorite memories was when we were at my Orlando apartment and the AC broke. It was the 4th of July, I think, right? It was the 4th of July. And we had no AC for the entire weekend because they couldn't fix it.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what we did But like we
went to a fucking gas station and I had to walk in a cool.
Yeah, we walked into Wawa's cooler to cool off. But like that whole weekend was just, we had so much fucking fun doing stupid shit, which is typical for us. But like that was one of like my favorite times.
I honestly, I can't give you one. I can't give you one. I can't give you just one.
Yeah.
Because it all just, it's like a mash. So I'm sorry. I can't give you one.
I guess it's all just good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody asked, have you guys ever prepped simultaneously? If so, what was the dynamic in the household?
We've never completed a prep together. So I can't tell you. You know, when we were prepping together, I pulled out of the shows, the 2 shows that we did. So the dynamic is always whoever's prepping is always the priority.
We specifically in the last several years has made sure that we're not doing a show together. It preps may overlap, but I want to make sure that, you know, at the end of the day, if I have to cook food for him and whatever, I can't be lethargic because I'm 2 weeks out and I can't think straight. I got to make sure that I'm prepping your meals and they're on point, whether, you know, I'm not like,
remember when you had to run out and get the potatoes?
Yeah.
But remember when I had to drive fucking 9 hours to get you to a show?
Oh, remember when you had to get me to the Olympia and we got a flat tire on the fucking way to the show?
Yeah, and I rimmed it all the way.
Yeah. Which is something, if you think about how mad you were then, if you would have been in prep 2 weeks out or doing the same show, there's no way that we could have been like mentally stable to get to the show and perform, you know? So yeah. Okay. How do you guys keep the relationship going after it gets boring? I mean, I think we've kind of already answered that question it doesn't get boring when you're with the right person.
Right.
I mean,
next question.
It's definitely going to get on your fucking nerves, but doesn't get boring. Do you guys prefer to train together or separate?
We train together.
Yeah, we train together always. That's a repeat question. How are PEDs affecting your relationships?
I feel like that's a prep thing too.
Yeah.
Only in prep, like, you know, whenever things get low, you don't think correctly or your sexual performance goes down just due to honestly fatigue and prep.
Right.
So that's the best way.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're mature enough that we know how it affects us.
Yeah.
And we know the thing that is good about us is our communication. And when we are, let's say, in prep and one of us is hungry, gets an attitude, you know, we call each other out on it. Yeah. And we know to like, hey, we got to reel it back because we understand we're 4 weeks out, we're hungry, we're cranky, we're tired, and you have PEDs that make your hormones go all the way up and down.
I think the biggest thing is that we say you're doing it to yourself. Then don't prep.
Right. Exactly. How did you know he was the one or she was the one?
How did I know? I don't know. Just the first weekend we hung out.
That's what I was going to say.
Just that whole weekend of just,
I mean,
hanging out.
Honestly, the first weekend that we hung out. I
called you my sister at dinner.
Did you really?
Yeah. I was like,
oh yeah, that's right.
This is my sister.
Honestly, the first weekend, I think like the Sunday that before you were leaving, you were taking a shit and I was sitting on the counter and we were just talking.
First weekend hanging out.
It was just like
shooting the shit.
Normal.
Stupid fuck.
All right. How do you guys sleep in the same bed without getting too hot?
We have a king size bed.
Dude, honestly.
AC goes on 68.
Honestly, so this is my second pet peeve. You are very difficult to sleep with because you steal the blankets. You have like a fucking wall between us. You got pillows here, there, everywhere. You're snoring.
I barely snore. I like how you just stay in one spot like a dead corpse.
Hey, at least you know where I'm at all the time.
Move around.
That's the only thing I do?
I like to migrate around my vicinity. And you sleepwalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fucking weird, actually.
Yeah, I sleepwalk.
Got a lot of stories about you sleepwalking.
Would you like to tell one?
Yeah, sure. This motherfucker one day jumps out of bed and just stands there looking at the fucking wall.
Like The Ring?
I'm petrified of scary movies and supernatural things. And this motherfucker is just standing there. I was like, yo, you good? No answer. I was like, Steph, you good? Yeah. I was like, what are you doing? I don't know. You don't know? What do you mean you don't fucking know? You jumped out of bed. This one has this thing about her hands going numb. And this motherfucker will wake up and be like, and run to the bathroom, turn the light on, and just like paralyzed in the fucking bathroom. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Oh, my hands are asleep. I'm like, yo, you scared the shit out of me. One day.
My hands fall asleep all the time.
Yeah. Let's go to this one. This is the day that I almost punched her in the mouth. Actually, I almost punch her in the mouth every day. But this is actually the one time that she probably could have got fucking punched.
What's that?
Oh, you're dreaming that I'm dying.
Oh, yeah.
And
I was trying to save your life.
Asleep. Yet I get viciously woken up by a traumatic shaking event.
So I was dreaming that you were like passed out. I had to I was going to start performing CPR or something. So I start shaking you because I was like
in real life.
Well, you woke up.
No shit.
Yeah. I remember you grabbed my arm so hard that like, it was like, cause you have that it's like sensation when you wake up. You're like, what the fuck?
That retard strength.
Like, dude, my arm hurt and I was like, oh my God. Scared myself.
Fucking grab me like that.
Oh man. All right. So anyways, back on track. Okay. What are 3 words you would use to describe them? To describe me?
Them? Oh.
Like what 3 words that I would describe you? 3 words you could describe me?
Oh, 3 words.
Mm-hmm.
I would say loyal, intelligent.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about what I'm going to say for you.
I would say loyal, intelligent, and mindful.
Okay. You went really nice. I'm still crying. I was about to say something else.
Say what you want. Fucking say what you want.
I will.
Psycho?
No. Stupid?
But you got to elaborate because I'm not stupid.
No, you're not stupid. Like, just, I'll say like goofy, like funny, like, but, and I always call you stupid. I'm like, oh, you're so stupid. But really, it's just because you're funny.
I just went with 3 words that really do describe you, though.
Okay, fine. I would say I can't think of the word to describe because I don't want to use your same words either. You're funny. Protective.
Okay.
And just, I don't know, just home. You're home to me, I know does that count? It's not really an adjective.
Sound like a fucking advertisement. Fuck. This house here is home, which is funny to you. Fucking what? Well, that's okay. Next question. Okay. Go.
All right. What is one thing you would wish for another?
Oh, wow. A wish for another.
Mm-hmm. Something you would wish for me.
I want you to answer first.
So if there's one thing I could wish for you is to actually see you how I feel like the world, or at least the people that love you, really see you for who you are and be actually proud of yourself. And, loving yourself from within and having that self-worth. That's what I want for you.
Oh, that's a really good one. Well, thank you.
Makes up for the last advertisement of the house.
I think for you, I would like people to see you for actually how smart you really are. And what I mean by that is just because I know your past and how your family thought of you, but the joke's on them at this point. And I would like for you to see that. Like, I would like for you to see how smart you've really become and really are, and the intelligent part of you seeing how smart you are. Sometimes I feel like, not to say that you second guess yourself, but you think like, like you go to say something, about certain things. That would be what I would want.
Okay. Similar.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything about my style that you don't like?
No. Uh-oh.
Okay, I don't like your Crocs.
Uh-oh.
If I could get rid of those.
Just see him in sport mode. Fucking get. Whoa.
There's nothing fast about what you do. If you put those things in sport mode, what are you going to do? Run?
Only thing I do is
You wouldn't get very far.
I just eat fast.
You do eat fast, but you don't even eat that much.
Listen, tomatoes.
Okay. One thing physically that you could change about me, or I could change about you?
You?
Let's hear it. Let's say the answer on the same time of what you would change about me. I know exactly what it is.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yep. Physically.
Physically.
You can't. Yeah. Physically. You want to say it at the same time?
No, I know what you want to change about me.
That's not what I'm at. We'll get there. We're doing me first.
What I would change about you?
Yes.
I would want a fucking big old fat ass.
Really?
Like a dump truck.
Oh, I thought you were going to say boobs.
No.
It's got to be boobs.
Buy those.
Okay, so then what is it? An ass?
Yeah, well, it's not really that. It's like the
I'm trying. I'm working on it for you.
Hurry up.
Okay.
Here we go.
You know what I would change about you.
Yeah, well, guess what? If you changed that about me, we wouldn't be here right now.
I know. You'd be playing football.
That's right.
Or you'd be in porn.
Oh, we're changing two things. If you're giving me a 13-inch schlong, I'm ready.
No, just, a couple inches higher.
Well,
that's it.
Guess what? Fell out of the short bus.
Okay. Who's the better cook?
Oh, me for sure.
Yeah. You're the better cook. I'm the better baker.
Yeah.
But surprisingly, you're the better cook, but you only cook your food plain all the time.
Yeah, just convenience.
Who has more mental issues?
Oh, definitely me. Definitely me. Jesus Christ. Today in bodybuilding, tomorrow I might not be.
Unfortunately.
It's me. It's definitely me.
Yeah, in the sense of anxiety.
I don't even know. I think the anxiety has subsided. I think now it's just more of a thinking mechanism of just trying to think it through.
I think so.
That's at least how I feel.
You didn't even drink. You didn't drink the drink today.
Yeah,
you still got bubbles.
I drank it earlier.
Okay, so he thinks I should tell. Okay, so this is somebody coming from their relationship. He thinks I should tell my coach when I'm doing shows, and I believe it's up to my coach. So it's not really a relationship type question, but
how the fuck did that question get in there?
That was in there. I'm sorry. You want me to move on to the next one? Move on to the next one. All right. How does he react, respond, and support you in moments of weakness and vulnerability? I don't know. I'm never weak, so. No, you support me probably more than you know. A lot of times what I like to do is think on my own, and then I'll come talk to you.
Right.
Whereas you will talk to me from the moment
and then think about it
throughout, and then you'll think about it. But you always are understanding, and we always play devil's advocate anytime we have any issues or we feel, we're trying to talk through something. We always play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you always support me. You're always there in, the ways that you need to be. So
that's good to know. 'Cause sometimes I feel like, And when you go through relationships, sometimes I don't think you understand if you're supporting that person enough or you're loving that person enough. You don't,
Could always give me more what.
you don't, I think you don't realize what you do as a person to
Right.
provide to another person. Because I feel like the people that are like, I fucking do all this and all that, I'm like,
Yeah, they don't feel appreciated.
well, I feel like the people that say that, I feel, this is just my thought. Some people are different, but what I've realized in life is that the people that say they do all this stuff for you really don't do a lot for you. Because if they've done one thing, they feel like that's their power over you. So anyways, I feel like that's a good thing to know because sometimes I don't know if I'm talking to you correctly or maybe I'm not expressing myself to help you with your situation, right?
Yeah.
And the one thing that we've learned is that we have, when one of us are going through something, we don't turn it back to us. Or if we do, we're like, hey, I'm sorry to turn it on to me, but this is how I felt and this is what I dealt with, or this is what I'm going through and this is how, so.
Yeah. And I mean, I think it's, I think it's taken some time to learn each other too, obviously throughout many years of, I'm more like, when I want to talk about it, I want to talk about it and I'm processing while we talk about it.
Right.
Whereas sometimes you need some time after we talk to process things. And sometimes, I remember in the beginning of our relationship, I would be wanting to talk about something and you're like done and you're like, well, I just need to process it. And I'll be like,
Yeah.
I'll fucking process it right now.
Yeah.
Talk about it. And, understanding that moving forward, where it's like, okay, I understand that, you need a night or a day or whatever to kind of.
Sometimes it takes me a week.
Yeah. So, to really think about it and figure out what you want to do or what you want to say. And then we can continue that. But me being understanding of that and just knowing that, helps instead of just being like, he needs to be more like me.
Right. I think the reason why it takes me so long is because because
you're stupid.
The way I think is very, I don't know if it would say meticulous, right?
Maybe.
Kind of, but I'm just very like, okay, we got this and we have this and we have this. How do you feel? Like it takes me a while and then I don't like to think right away. I'll let it sit and simmer and just go on with my day. And randomly throughout the day, you start thinking about those things and trying to figure them out, right? On my drives and stuff like that. So,
right.
We have any other questions?
There's a couple other questions, but they're not really related to relationships.
Okay. Well, might as well just answer them because the time is ticking. So
okay. If you could have any career, what would you choose?
For me, it'd be in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's it. That's done.
Yeah.
Simple.
If you could have,
what about you?
I would be a pastry chef for my own bakery, making cinnamon rolls and
eating them. You'd be 500
I'd be
fucking
so fat. I'd be so fat.
You'd be full of dough.
Pancakes.
Fucking nasty, hot and sweaty. That'd be the one time in your life you're like,
hey, maybe I would actually get that donk that you really want then, That
shit, you never see a fat person how it's like flat?
Yeah.
Or like slopes?
Oh, yeah. And then it's like all the pants are like tucked in. That's what I would be like. So it's a good thing that I did not chose that. If you could have anyone's physique, who would it be?
Man, fuck. If I had, yeah, wow.
Anyone. That doesn't mean you get their success.
No.
That means you just, this is their physique and you get to live with it.
For how long?
For forever.
Forever. Probably, honestly, will you get their height too, or like what do you get?
I was just about to say, you get their height, you get whatever, everything. You look like them, but with your head.
You probably have to take Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I think not based on success.
No.
So.
But I think to live with that physique for the remainder of your days.
Obviously him in his prime.
Yeah. I think that would be, he'd fit into clothes. He'd look great. You wouldn't have to worry about pants really because his legs were big, but they weren't stupid. His waist was, I think it's just a great physique overall. Yeah.
Yeah.
You? I think it's a little harder for women, right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously I always want to, I immediately think about picking, a really good physique, but I don't want that forever.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to
I don't
think
even
about.
want my own physique forever. So I'd probably pick, I think I've said this before, Maureen's physique.
Oh, yeah.
She's very
Small,
Maureen.
petite.
What's her last name?
I don't know.
Maureen, bikini competitor. She's got big boobs, big butt, but she's shorter.
Yeah.
She's shorter. So I wish I'd be shorter, petite,
Right.
but
Right.
whatever. Maybe in another lifetime. What is their guilty pleasure? So I think that's asking like what I think your guilty pleasure is.
Guilty pleasure.
I don't know.
Okay. So answer it. You answering it for me or what?
Yeah. I got to think about this.
What's a guilty pleasure?
I mean, nut butter. Your almond butter in the middle of the night.
Yeah, but it's just not almond butter. It has to be a fucking,
I mean,
like the nuts and more and stuff. I don't even do that any longer.
not that, I mean, I wouldn't know.
Fucking, I'm not walking
I'm
down the
sleeping.
stairs.
I don't know what you do in the middle of the night. What do you think mine is? I don't really have. I mean,
Chipotle?
so
I don't
really
fucking
even
know. That's what I'm saying. Like, what kind of questions? Guilty. It's not like I'm watching fucking porn fucking 24 hours a
No.
day.
I mean, maybe it's just
Video game? I don't know.
yeah,
The
that's
fuck
just a
kind of questions?
hobby.
Yeah.
I don't know. These are questions that I got on there that I wrote down. All right. I feel like that's about it because the only other thing is celebrity lookalike. Do I look like any celebrities?
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, everyone says you look like Stephanie McMahon.
Who's that? WWE?
Yeah.
Oh. Is that a good thing? Was she pretty?
Yeah, she's pretty.
Oh, okay.
I haven't gotten a while, but people say I look like Nikki Jam.
I forgot about that.
I didn't forget about that.
We got to put a picture up of Nikki Jam. That, I mean,
Not with this beard.
I guess, I mean, you can call like Frank McGrath a celebrity, but people think you look like Frank McGrath.
Bradley Martin. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I don't really look like anybody. Look like me.
No. Well, on that note,
Yeah.
let's wrap this up.
Wrap this up. Wrap it up.
I think my makeup's all messed up.
No,
from me
you're
crying.
great. You can close this thing.
Okay, you want me to close
Yeah,
this?
I
All
can
right.
close.
Well, thanks for watching. Like and follow. Fall asleep. We're gonna be back with more. See, I'm bad at closing this out. You got to close it out for me because I don't know what to say.
How long we got, Ty?
2 minutes?
You got 2 minutes to close this out. Say something smart.
No. Thanks for joining us for this podcast. Hopefully this is a insight within our actual life. This is our relationship, and we touched on some things, but we didn't touch on really a lot of stuff. I'd say with detail stuff. A lot of people want to ask these questions all the time, and I don't think we ever give this out.
No.
So hopefully this, I don't know, helps you, or maybe helps in your relationship to better understand. There are people out there that can get through this life easily in a relationship, and you don't have to hate your significant other. But if you do, you should divorce them and break up with them.
Yeah, should be
So,
happy.
it
Life
was-
is short.
Yeah. So within that note, thanks for watching this episode. Thank you for being my partner.
Thank you.
Thank you for putting up with my shit
Every day.
And, tune in until next time,
That's it.
and go fuck yourself. Thanks.